So we're doing a special in-between session because we've had to cancel so many sessions lately because of work, mostly because of me. Um, we thought we would get some stuff out of the way in between sessions so that our actual full group sessions can be more productive. So for this session, 79.3, I'm calling it because we plan on doing another in-between session, maybe tomorrow or Thursday. This is Seti's week off. We left last week. I have to take these off because I can't the glare. We left off last week in the Twilight Keep, Lady Hyacinth's house in Lunaris District. We had just had a conversation with Seti's dad about what was going on with Northought, what the key was, a whole bunch of things we needed answers to. And then also some things that we want answers to, but he didn't have them or wouldn't give them up, or we forgot to ask a question. So there's still some loose ends. But in that conversation, Lady Hyacinth offered to do some temporal magic that she was fiddling with to give us an extra 7 days. Just buy us some time where we could regroup, recuperate, whatever we needed to do before we head into the next cauldron to get the next piece of the key. Cleary showed up. And as we left off, Seti, having done a reverse she's all that, worried about seeing her, not even her ex because they never, but the man who broke her heart. He did a reverse she's all that. So I'm wearing overalls and I'm wearing pigtails and I was wearing glasses, but they're too glary. Anyway, as Lord Iris was departing, he said something to Clary that was a little sus. Said, "You're free to do as you please." And Clary said, "Thank you." Lord Iris said, "There won't be a second time or a second one," something like that. And Clary kind of nodded.
Sounds about right.
Clary kind of nodded. And Seti's like, and then Lord Iris left. And Seti's like, "Well, what does that mean?" And Clary said, "Well, that's really up to you." So that is where we pick up.
So, exactly then, Cleary says, well, "That's really up to you."
What? And Seti kind of looks and sees the group around her and around them in this lounge area of Lady Hyacinth. And Lady Hyacinth sitting there, presumably.
Oh, yeah. She's just sitting there, just watching this, like, what's going on?
Yeah, like she wants to be shoveling popcorn into her face.
Yeah.
Seti's just going to grab Cleary's arm and march down the stairs and just take one of the hallways, like towards the banquet hall, the banquet room.
I don't expect anybody would try to follow you. Maybe Mitnir, but they would probably just somebody would just like grab his shoulder and he'd be like, "Oh,
came out. He had like an armful of sandwiches. Like he is hopefully set. True. I don't imagine he ate
eating
all
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I imagine you can get out of there pretty easily. Nobody's gonna follow you.
Yeah, she's just like,
where are you taking him?
Let's just go to the banquet hall.
Okay, so you head down the hang a right and you head towards the banquet hall. When you get in there, you find basically just a large, same sort of gaudy area, but it's sort of like a big, think Harry Potter style, just dining hall. Just the same sort of long chute, big, tall, unnecessarily tall and open. But there are no windows. The windows are fresh and open to the outside, so you can just walk in and out into the forest from this section. And there's just a long table. And rather than like any big glass windows or anything fancy, it's just the gaudiness of the actual structure itself, and it's an open air banquet hall.
Actually quite pretty. But I think Seti just kind of dips inside, basically just dragging Cleary along with her. And like rounds on him as soon as they're into the room. He's like, "What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean it's up to me?"
Well, it's... sorry. Shadow? And then from the darkness, you see eyes just appear. "A little bit of privacy, please." Just, "Of course. Master Valhadrin. Thank you. And the darkness just sort of like swells around you a little bit. It says, sorry, we can talk now. Nobody else will be able to listen. Shadow is numb to the world. Trust me, he will not be listening in. So,
Oh,
how did the cauldron go?
fine. We got the teeth, and
Right, good.
it was awful though. Clearly, Glass had to stay behind, and he's like being tortured or some shit. He's just freezing forever and ever. It was really cold up there, and he went all the way, and that place is so mean. And I'm sorry I dumped you into the water, but in my defense, how was I supposed to know that you were with her? You just left. I mean, I didn't know where you went or what you were doing, and
that's actually a bit of a funny story. I climbed into her shack. Look, I'm not very good at these sort of conversations.
Yeah, I noticed when you ran away from the last one.
Well, I didn't exactly know what to do.
Like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to make a big giant sculpture in the middle of the night and then fuck off forever.
I thought it would be poetic. But I realized that really meant nothing to you whatsoever. That was just me dealing with my own stuff.
It was really hard to look at her because everybody in the ledge was like, oh my god, pretty lady, and they were all falling in love with her. And I'm like, I'm right here. I don't see anybody falling in love with me, excuse me. And
well, I did. And that's, look, I sculpted you the way I thought of you. And look, I'm sorry.
well,
I'm sorry.
Didn't look anything like me anyway.
He just looks at you with pain in his eyes. Like you just wounded him in like a worse way than anything else so far.
She'll reach into the bag of holding and pull out like a splitter. Just kind of shove it at him up against his chest and say, take it back. You have to take it back, because if you don't, it means that she was the last thing you ever sculpted, and I won't have that, because how would you feel if I just gave up my voice and that song for you was the last thing I ever sang, huh? Like, it's too much, and I don't like it, and I need you to take it back. He's just holding it against, not making eye contact.
He very, very slowly lifts his hands up and takes the hammer and the chisel. I'm sorry.
I almost threw that into the cauldron, you know. You can't trust me with things like that.
You're the only one I would have trusted with it, and if you'd thrown it at the bottom of the cauldron, that would have been fine. Look, I've been through a lot in my time. I have seen many things, a myriad longer than your existence. And you would think that would bring some amount of maturity, I suppose.
What you're saying is that difficult things never get easier.
I had put away pieces of myself for a very long time. I had done many things in this world and in the world that I came from that had taken something very important from me, which isn't important and has, again, nothing to do with you. And that's why I'm trying to apologize for the sculpture. It wasn't that it was my last sculpture, Seti. It was my first sculpture in hundreds of years. My first true sculpture. And it was important for me to let my feelings out, and that was wrong of me to not consider how it would affect you. And for that, I'm truly sorry. And for how I ran, even more so. And for how I betrayed you, I would not even ask for forgiveness. I was doing what I thought was right in paying back an old friend. And I let the lines blur, and I'm sorry.
Should have just told me.
I wasn't sure how, and I thought I was more in control. Something about being in this form, the shell, has awoken things in me I think were long dead. At least I thought they were.
So, what the? I mean, how do those forms you take in here work exactly? Is it that
We don't know.
Was it somebody else or somebody else's life that you took, or just like a costume that you put on?
When
Who was?
entities such as myself arrive here, we simply become something else. And yes, it feels alien. This is not my body, this is not my form, and it is an infant. Barely even a flicker of magic was stirring within it when I found it, when it became mine. And as far as I'm aware, it could have been created here as a random existence that was chopped and cut and paste. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've theorized many things, but it's... Look, the important thing is that this isn't even really me. And
I mean,
I don't really have a place in your world.
does your personality change, like your memories, or just the powers you have access to? Is it you just look different, or do you think different?
I don't think I would ever be able to tell. It's hard to explain. I think maybe at one point this body was something else. Maybe.
Like there was a real Cleria sent off who was going about his life, and one day you just popped in.
It's possible.
I mean, how many people like you are there in Selindor that you're just popping in and taking things and not understanding how it works? Nobody's tried to find out, looked into that?
I think we know that these bodies are not made from our essence. And I know that there are individuals from the high mind of Istrandi who are investigating the shell, making sense of it.
What if you were to leave Selindor and never come back? Would you this form would just cease to exist, or leave it behind like an empty shell, like a crab? Or would it go with you and then just poof into nothing in the
I don't know. I kept it with me when I traveled to your plane,
That's true.
but I did feel I could shed it if that was something I wished. It's not exactly the conversation I was prepared to have.
No, none of that really matters right now.
But I'm not sure there is a conversation I'm prepared to have, to be honest with you. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. Um,
He didn't answer my question. What did he mean? There wouldn't be a second what? What do you mean it's up to me?
I have requested a change of service. Um, it's honestly up to you because I know that I hurt you and I want to help, but I know there's no way that you can really trust me anymore. So I asked your father to allow me to break our covenant and bond so that I might either come to work with or for you or New Death, completely severed from him, or if I will take my original post and return to the Feywild where I may better suit the Wareth.
So what you're asking me for a job?
No, Seti, I'm asking you what you want.
Or what do you want?
That's not important.
It is. He cut you loose, so you can do whatever you want now. So whatever that is, do it. What do you want to do?
My want is to make amends and to give you a choice about whether or not you want someone like me around you or if you would rather I leave. And your father is no longer going to spy on you through me. There's no reason for subterfuge. You can speak with him directly. He will watch you in your dreams. There is no reason for me anymore. I serve no purpose with your party. But I care for you all. And I want to keep you safe. And I still always want to keep you safe. But I am not strong. Not like I could be if I left here. I could be more helpful. But I wouldn't be helping you. I've done many selfish things. And I just want to know what you would have me do.
I don't know, because this is all very overwhelming and we're up against some really big stuff, and I would love to have help from anybody who wants to offer it. I would love to have your help. You might have been a big fat liar, but you're always helpful. But I can't make that decision right now.
I understand.
It's been awful, but it's only been like a week. And I need time to think. And
I understand.
And I still need answers to things.
I will tell you everything I can know.
I mean, I don't even know. I'm just so tired of all of it. Like, you said he was a friend, that you owed him, or that you were bonded to him.
Yes.
What is your involvement with my family? How did that come to pass? What does it all mean to you?
A very long time ago, I was a different person. Obviously, Valhadran that you know, but I was an ancient creature. I was one of the ones clawing at the divine without meaning to. There came a time in my life when I was in the pursuit of something beautiful. In the Feywilds, everything was chaos and light and strangeness and beauty, sure, but it wasn't something I could truly resonate with. It didn't have that light, that care that I needed. It was dreams, falseness. And so I left. And I wandered realms for many years, and I came to know a being who I believe in this realm is known as Saloon. She shone so brightly, but not in a garish, daunting way that the sun burns, or the luminescent mushrooms sparkle in the Feywild, or the dancing pixies and the light they bring, but true, beautiful, serene, calm night piercing the darkness. And standing alone in there, this being, I called her master, I called her mother, I called her lover, I called her everything. She was my entirety, and I served her with such passion and fervor. And she, in repayment to me, showed me the same care and respect and love. And then as time passed, people came to see my sculptures that I spread throughout the world. My beautiful sculptures of my queen. My sculptures of the endless night and the beautiful moon, where I carved from the very light itself such beautiful things, and those that came around and those that saw them came to know of me and of my love. But there is a trick to the divine that they don't tell you, and that is that there will come a moment for you as you rise into a purview, into a slot in the cosmos, where you become What you become. And I felt it. The pull. As if it's this writhing beating in my chest of power, of presence. I knew I could reach out and take it, but I also knew what it meant. That I would become what I admired, or I would take from her, or I would become her. That I was becoming the god of the moon, I was becoming divine, and she was fading. I fled. I fled from her realm.
Seti sits down at the table and slowly takes out the sleeping maiden statue and sets it on the table and just kind of looks at it. This was her?
Something I kept by my bedside after I left.
Very
I
beautiful.
brought it with me here to this world. Sorry, you were talking.
Go on.
I fled to the Feywild that I once called home in an attempt to let her line shine bright again. But it wasn't enough. The pull came day after day. I could feel belief flooding into me. There's a strange power when someone's knowledge of you and the belief of you reaches a tangible element within you. And I felt the pull again and again knocking at me, and it drove me nearly mad. So I struck it all down. Everything. I tore down my statues. I ripped down all portraits of idolation. I grabbed everything I had made and I fled here. With the help of your father.
You fled here to Selindor.
No. Sorry. I fled to your world. Toro. Faerun.
Right.
I crossed the boundary from the dreams. And I stepped into new worlds. From a place. And I became nothing. And I watched humanity. And at one time, I picked up Light Splitter again to seal a mighty creature. And with the exception of that, all has come to fade of knowledge of me.
So what, you just spent hundreds, thousands of years just puttering around the material plane?
Yeah. Watching. Learning. Never shaping or changing again.
And you are just... My father helped you. He was just lord of the place you happened to be from?
Your father helped me cross dimensions by passage through Selindor.
Because you were
He was the one
friends.
who brought me in. Yes. We knew each other from the old days when he originally created the Fae. I don't think of him as a father like you do. But I know that his presence was felt in the creation of all of us.
He's like the progenitor of all the Fae and in turn all the elves. Because
Yes.
without him, none of us would have ever existed.
Maybe not as we are. I never think that one entity is responsible for the existence of anything. They simply fill a role.
This was all a
And
really long time ago. Like, how do you not go insane? Just... I can't even fathom half of the things you must have seen in your life.
well, if it helps you, it wasn't much. Especially recently, I've pretty much just watched you.
What do you know of the rest of my family? My mom. How did she know any of this? Or did she get involved?
Your father,
I don't need grisly details.
let's just say you're the product of a very good and a very long dream.
Did she know what she was getting into? What did it all mean?
I think she knew that she was happy and she was having a child. And I don't know.
Did you watch over the others? Or just me? And if it was just me, then why was it just me?
For my part, I have watched nearly a dozen of his children.
And are they... Last time you checked in on them, were they good? Were they happy or...
Most of them have found life, settled in. Some of them have children. A few of them are in jail. But I highly think that would very little to do with my influence. Again, they were... my job was to watch and report. And, well, some of them were a bit...
unruly?
I suppose you could say that.
Do I have more family here in Selindor? Brothers? Not just Poppy and Vincent.
To be perfectly honest, calling them your...
I know, they're not... We're so different and I'm so far beneath them.
Not beneath
I'm
them.
like... Not
You
even
are
a child,
younger.
I'm like an aunt to them.
No. You were like a star, shining very far in the distance and so small. But they all know that when you arrive and you are seen properly, you are burning sun.
I was just wondering if there was anyone else like me among my siblings.
Someone who's made it here. To be honest with you, I don't know. But if I had to guess, probably. I could find them for you. If that's what you wish.
Yes, and I don't know. It would be nice to have siblings, but what if they don't feel the same way? What if they don't care? Or what if they're mean? Or it just... What if there are more little girls out there like me that don't fit in and don't have anyone? And now it turns out our dad is like the most important person in the universe. And I feel like I should help them if they need help. Because I know he won't. Not unless he needs them for something.
Then I can look into it for you. It can probably take me a while.
I know that's not the most valuable use of your time.
If it's for you, it's a valuable use of my time. I owe you that much. I owe you more. And I'm sorry. This is a lot for you to have to process. I'm not very good at explaining things.
It
The only thing I'm good at, apparently, is running away. But I promise you that if you want me to stay, I will do everything I can to help you, and I will keep myself separate. I will keep myself aware. I will behave as is befitting of my age, my position, and if I become of no use to you, then I will leave. And I will...
I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. I will speak to Lord Iris, and if he will not speak to me, then I will investigate on my own and find as many of them as I can.
I just want to make sure they're okay. If they want answers like I did, then we should give them to them. If they don't, then that's fine too. I'll just be here. At least if this whole Northot thing doesn't get me killed or something. I really hate to ask you this, but I don't think I want Hyacinth to do it. Because, well, I don't. It's Hyacinth, you know?
Yes.
But, and she'll
Anything?
take out the fracture that Lord Iris gave her.
Yes.
I don't really want it. I hate. It's part of him, and he's an asshole. But
If he gave it to you, then trust me.
It'll be worth it. I know. So I figure I better rip the band-aid off, get it over with. If you don't mind.
As you wish. He begins rummaging through his long cloak, just pulling out of pockets and digging around, pulls out a bunch of candles and begins drawing on the floor and sets up the familiar circle. Takes about 10 minutes and it's awkward.
I think
as he moves around, but he moves and works completely in silence.
I'm gonna say I think Seti, sniffles and tries to gather herself, and then just to she doesn't do well with awkward silences, so we'll just be asking, "Oh, how does this part work? What does this part do?" And learning.
Oh, yeah. He's like,
learning the ritual.
It's like, well, basically with the way that it's about pulling the energies through the specific shape. The medium by which it's done is completely innocuous, but the way that it functions, and he goes into it and
Teacher mode.
Yeah. And he tells you everything, and as he gets set down, he says, "Whenever you're ready to sit." And he reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out an extra large pillow that just shouldn't fit in a jacket, and he hands it over to you. It's like, sitting on the ground here is not very comfortable. I mean, patches of grass and all that, but something about fey grass that feels very sticky.
I'm not going to interrogate that. Sits down.
And so he closes his eyes and he waits until you close yours.
Close.
You hear some incantations being whispered in the air, and they sort of fill you, and he says, "Find that space within yourself. Find that inner realm, that introspection. Find it as you fall deep and you feel yourself pulling in. And as you open your eyes, you find yourself staring in the grove at the shard. Black energy. Or the black shard, not black energy, but you know what I'm saying? Little bit of light in it. Of purple energy inside. And then you can see that there was a bright light shining in the sky, eclipsed by a sort of purple hue, and you can see that there's this sort of burning intensity above you. And as you look up, you see what appears to be a small sun just caught in the air. And you can see the darkness is wafting into, and it's creating these pink and purple hues surrounding it. This sort of cascading sunset from the central point directly above your head. And you can see this light pouring over you and this heat But then you can also feel the stars swelling as well, and this sort of mysterious balance between night and day. As you feel this swell into this once dark world around you, now filled with light, you see the sun begins to slowly shrink and move down towards you. What would you like to do?
Just embrace it. Just go for it.
Okay. Just in case. As the small little sun comes down to your hands, you reach out for it, and as you grab it, it feels cool to the touch. And it pulses, and you feel radiant light burning under your skin for a moment, and then it feels hot and cold and hot and cold, and it bursts through your body. And then you look forward, and your vision just goes blank. As you feel heat radiating out from your eyes. And then you blink. For a moment, you felt like your insides were going to burn out, like something was going to rage inside you and rip you apart. But instead, you feel everything come into balance. And for a moment, you feel whole for the first time ever. And then you look and you see that the crystal has a new light, golden light, pouring inside of it.
Oh.
Cleary sits there, and you can see that he is standing in the grove with you. And he's Valhadrin. He's got short, cropped, whitish hair, pale blue, sky blue skin. He's looking up at it with his crystal blue eyes. Not the Cleary you know. And he's standing there looking at it. He sort of hangs his head down.
I'm never going to get used to seeing you like that. Your eyes are so blue. Like, I don't even know what color that is. It's weird.
I'm sorry. It's And he just moves a hand, and you see the Videlkin form standing in front of you.
Oh no, I didn't mean. It's fine.
No,
It just.
it's all right. I forgot for a moment.
It's fine. You should be yourself. However you're comfortable. It's fine.
I can see that the
forgot for a
energy
sec.
is intact within you.
Yeah, it really.
Should it need more guidance, it feels like it's found a home.
It was like having heartburn and also being ice cold at the same time, you know? Like when you get the shivers from drinking too much ice water, but then also you have heartburn. It was.
Yes, I'm very familiar with this sensation. I get it all the time. Often followed by a panic attack.
Yeah. Well. Thank you.
Cool.
Oh boy. I feel like I need a nap. Yeah.
You deserve your rest, and I shall leave you to it. I will let you know as soon as I have more information.
Before. Should I talk to Master Phoenix, or do you think you could get me into the perception chamber again?
Well, I don't know if you realize this, but you're an aspirant now.
Right.
You no longer need my permission, nor do you need to speak to that headmaster. Primus can give you permission directly.
Right. I know he he would know if I was coming and going anyway. So, right? Even if he doesn't know what I'm doing, he would know if I was coming and going.
He would know if you were coming and going. Yes.
All right. But just
And as you remember, the entrance is right in front of his door to his chambers.
right. I'll do that then. Right. Okay. Thank you.
I'm here to help. In any way that you need it. Even if your need is for me to go. All you have to do is say. In the meantime, don't have to answer me right now. Will look into your siblings.
For now, all I'm going to say is good night.
Good night, Seti. He just turns and he walks. And as he does, the vision fades. And you open your eyes. And the candles are all blown out. And Cleary's gone.
I can't just leave all of your ritual supplies behind and I'll start cleaning. That's just rude. And I think Seti will have another stress meal before bed. She'll order like some
cinnamon rolls and
yeah, some cinnamon with like fruit jams and stuff and chocolate drizzles.
Oh yeah, they can get you all that shit
with a scoop of ice cream on top.
Ice cream is super hard, but they still pull it off for you.
And
Shadow's like, I consider it a challenge. Comes back later with stories of a very disturbed cow.
Yeah, she'll I think she'll tell the rest of the group that just everything's fine, she's going to bed and needs to get her thoughts in order before she tells them what Clary told her.
All right. As you go to tell everybody that you're going to bed and everything else, one of them, somebody, will hand you a crystal. We're not sure who that's going to be because I'll have to talk to
it could
players.
Just be Hyacinth.
Could just be Hyacinth too. But they'll say, basically, that, oh, we got these from Lady Hyacinth, by the way. This is our timey thing. She just said don't be in like the same place when you go to bed each day. Be somewhere different and try not to visit the same places each day if you can help it.
Right. So it's a crystal?
Yeah, it's a small crystal. It kind of just looks like it's made out of like a strange sort of like mercury-like material. But it's in a crystalline shape. And you can't really see through it, but you can see into it. And it seems to keep getting deeper and deeper. Like the further you look, like there's like little metal refractions of this kind of like slowly shifting mercury.
And to use it,
to use it, apparently you need only keep it on you. And I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know who this is, and it's driving me nuts. I have no person.
As this would just be Hyacinth. But
it's like,
it also, you don't have to do anything in character.
Yeah,
you're just explaining
so
that I was given a thing.
basically, you get a crystal that's going to reset you every day.
And I have to break off a trunk? Is that what you said earlier?
No, it will
It
simply
just
after that amount of time
it
it will
dissolves
break
or
it down.
something. Okay.
Yeah, it'll
Gotcha.
break apart. Every day that you fall asleep with this thing,
Gotcha. It'll reset me. It'll rewind me 24 hours so that
yeah.
I
Well, I
can
guess not, you don't even
essentially.
necessarily have to fall asleep. You were stuck in a time loop for
Right.
24
If the
hours.
24 hours, what, like, where's that? Wherever I
You don't
am,
really
even
you
if
don't
I'm
really need to
awake.
use it anymore. This thing has you.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
realistically, I guess when you put it in your hand, and I guess I'll explain this to the rest of them, you hold it, it's going to take some of your blood. It's going to mix it in there. It's going to be attuned to you automatically and just go.
Right. Okay.
So it's not about when you sleep. It's about 24 hours from.
Yeah.
So from this point onward, you have 24 hours. What would you like to do at that time?
So she tries to get a good night's sleep. And actually, I think from all the crying and the relaxing bath she had earlier and all the shit ton of food she's eaten today, she's had like 4 meals since they got to Hyacinth's place. I think she actually does sleep really well. It's probably the best sleep she's had in a long time. It might be troubled with dreams and stuff, but she is out. Uh, and then I imagine we'll like do some stuff with the group in the morning, have like a breakfast, catch people up, whatever. And in terms of getting shit done with my surprise week, first things first, Seti. You missed all the good parts. I cried so much. Thank you so much for that. Sub, we appreciate you. 42 months. Damn.
Jeez,
So, first things first, I think Seti like cleans out her bag and like rummages through stuff and is like, "Oh shit. We I have this remove curse scroll."
Okay.
So she's going to try to use that on herself. I think it is a class spell, so I don't think there's any.
You don't need to do anything. You can just read the spell and produce
Yes.
it.
The question is, does it work? So she's going to have a platinum piece.
Mm-hmm. Which she's gonna have to ask somebody.
She'll be like, "Hey, somebody give me some platinum."
Like, here, give me some platinum. And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to give you any platinum. And you're like, no, seriously, for this thing, I'll give you 10 gold coins. And he's just like, I'm not sure that's right. And eventually, you get him to put a platinum on a table in front of you because you can't place it there yourself.
Yes. That's true. I do have the ring. That's still platinum, but it has like a different band on the inside of it.
Yes, it has a gold band.
Whatever.
On the inside.
We get Mitnir to give me a platinum coin. So I use the remove curse scroll on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I try to pick up the coin.
Okay, easily enough. The curse is removed.
Hey!
And you can pick up the coin.
Seti is like this is like the first piece of good news she's had in a while. So she is like unreasonably happy. I can touch it! Oh my god, it worked! Now we just have to find more scrolls to get Grim all sorted, so Grim can touch all the other metals again. And then I imagine Grim's like, it's fine, I don't care.
Probably.
Don't you work any of your silly magic on me. Yeah, so that works. Said he can touch platinum again. That's cool. And I'm going to remove curse. I've had that thing forever. Where even is it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you where you got it if you paid me $1 million.
Oh gosh, I have no idea. It might be from the ziggurat, but that's just like a stab in the dark.
Yeah, I don't know. Could it be from that? It could be. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how long you have it. So
I can't find it on my list.
It wouldn't be in your regular items. It would be your like back.
Because I know scrolls are like you can't add them.
No, you just have to basically put it in your extras.
Oh no, there it is. I made one so it would show up there. Scroll of remove curse. Delete. Okay, so that's that done.
Yeah, it took like 30 minutes. You to locate the scroll, use it on yourself. Hardly takes 24 hours.
Yeah, no.
Later, like depending on how you guys use this week, Lady Hyacinth may be like, I'm sorry, did I use like a bunch of materials and crazy magics so that you guys could take a nap for a week. Like,
Basic. Um, so another quick, easy thing is she's gonna go shopping because now that I can touch platinum again, especially, uh, I think that's the next thing she does. She's like, I'm going shopping. So she runs out and goes to which one was the cheaper one? Was it Red Wolf's or was it Archibald's?
Engelman's is always going to be cheaper.
Eagleman's is cheaper, but Red
They
Wolf's
are
had
the-
like better stuff.
Red Wolf can pretty much get you anything. Like they can make it for you custom. If you're looking for like a custom job, you go to Red Wolf's
I'll
because
stop.
they're. But Eagleman's has almost everything, and you have to pay like just a market price.
Okay,
the
so I don't think I want anything. I'll go to Eagleman's, even though Seti
Okay.
hates them.
Okay.
And she'll just find clerk.
Which Eagleman's are you going to?
I guess the one in Lunaris, if there is
In
one.
the actual Lunaris district? Oh boy, I don't know who's at the Eagleman's in that one.
Oh God, I'll just go to Red Wolf. It's fine. We like them. I have money. I can spend more money.
Sure. Oh man. Selindor. Okay, so you are going to Red Wolf Warehouse.
Hopefully they have what I want. I don't want to. Well, I have 7 days. If they can get it to me in 7 days, it's fine.
Okay. So, what is it you're looking for? Is the point? I mean, if there's anything that you need to talk to Red Wolf about, that's fine. But I imagine we're going to get most of the conversation out from Oren and Bropsy, who are going to be coming to talk to him. So, and there's a chance they might have done it in your stead, unless you just want to go by yourself.
No, Seti. Yeah, I want to do my own shopping.
Okay, cool.
So Seti.
So you walk into the store and you see that they're all busy, and I'll say you're the first one to have come to Red Wolves.
Okay.
And he says, and you see Pup, and she's like, "Oh,
Hi.
hi! It's been a really long time."
I know we've been really through the ringer. It's been fucking terrible, and actually that's why I've come. I could really use some help on making our next venture significantly less terrible with some quality of life items. And I was wondering if you might have anything that would...
Well, it depends on what kind of quality of life items you're looking for, but we can see what we got. Red! Hey, we've got stuff. We got people. They want to buy things. It's New Death. You remember them? And you hear, "Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah, I know them. Yes, of course." From the inside, it's like, what can we do for them? Yeah, what can we do for you?
Well, I would really love to be able to eat good food while I'm on the road. So basically, anything at all that can produce magical food or beverages, I am in. Do you have anything like...
magical food or beverages?
Like we found a cauldron that makes soup, but it's really, really big, so we can't take
You
it
look
with
around
us.
on the walls, left and right, and there's just like a whole bunch of weapons hanging on the walls, like and like strange devices that it look like maybe they're for torture and stuff like that. And then she goes, "We can make it."
Okay. I mean, how long would that take to make like a bag that was enchanted and I could just pull like a meal out of it?
1 second. And then she just like takes off and she runs back into the back and she says, "Hey, what would you, Red? What do you think of this?" And he's like, "I don't know what that means." And he's like, "No," he's like, "That's a silly concept."
Can I hear all this with my passive perception of
Oh
26?
yeah, you can absolutely hear it. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. Work on it. It's possible, I suppose.
I should have gone to
Theoretically,
Eagleman's.
we could just have like a dimensional portal. We could just keep food prepared. I mean, could it just be random? Should just basically reach into a bag and just grab food that we've just prepared daily. How much would you charge for that? That would be like a subscription fee. Like, I don't know, Wolf. figure it out. He says, don't call me that. You know I prefer to go by Red now. He goes, oh my god, whatever. She stomps back out. She says, we could do it, but it might take some time and quite a bit of money.
All right. Well, let me think about that because I don't have a lot of time. I have like a week, and I have money.
But they don't have a week.
Yeah. All right. How about really, really good healing potions?
Really, really good heal. We've got good healing potions.
How much do you charge for those?
It depends on the potion. If you're looking for like a really good one, then
Like
that should be about
supreme or superior?
500 gold for a really good one, but for like a really great one, it's at like 2,000.
So
like a really, really good potion is 500, but a really, really, really good potion.
So a supreme one would be in the thousands, and a superior would be like 500. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
All right. That's 500 gold. I will do two. Let's do 3 superiors.
Well, okay, awesome.
That's 1,500 gold.
Yes, that's 1,500
right.
gold. Wolf! Stop calling me Wolf. I'm red now. No, but three superiors. And he tips his head out and he's like, 3 superiors. Well, yes, that is quite the sum. Now I know you said you don't have a lot of time, but I'll tell you what. For that, if you're paying 1,500 gold right now, our shop desperately needs the funds. For an additional 200, I think I could probably procure what it is that you need.
For the potions?
No, for your food thingy.
Oh, like I throw on 200 and you come up with a bag that gives me food.
Correct.
All right. Sure.
Okay,
Here you go.
I can have it for you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
But that would have to be after my time thing runs up. I can't pick it up, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Do you think you would be able to do something similar? See, we found this coffee pot, and it's magic, and it keeps producing coffee, but the coffee makes you shit. So it's really not that great for being on the road.
Not unless you have a problem going on the road.
Well, you know, if you're traveling all day, you don't want to be shitting constantly. So, do you think you'd be able to come up with like just like even like just a bottle, like a jug, that could replenish itself with coffee, but the coffee doesn't make you shit, or tea? Tea would be even better because it's. I mean, I've never got the shits from tea, but
I think it would be doable, yes.
how much would that run me?
I could do it for about 500 gold. But again, it will take a bit of time to make that. That would be from scratch enchantments. The other one, I actually think I know where I can acquire one. And I'd be giving you a bit of a discount, getting it through my back channels on wholesale.
Okay. Well, since I'm short on time, I'm going to shop around, and I don't mean that as any insult. You guys are always my first choice, but I do expect to be leaving probably tomorrow.
Right.
For a long thing.
I completely understand. Well, thank you so much for everything here at...
Thank you, guys. It's always a pleasure to stop in and see your beautiful faces. I think that is all. Yeah, that's all I'll ask of them.
Okay.
So
As you leave, Pub says, "Tell Brupsy I say hi."
she'll probably be by later.
What? And then she slams the door.
Oh, how cute. I'll go to Egelman's.
Okay. So you go
Whichever
to
one's
Eagleman's.
closest.
Yeah, there's one around there. I'll find
Yeah.
out who is working.
We've been there before. I think it was like Z something or no. Was it?
They're all the letters of the alphabet. That's the Eaglemans.
Yeah.
So there's all the different levels letters there. Whatever, my brain's not working. Oh, Caspian, Gregory, Jeremiah.
Okay. So I basically give them the same spiel. Like I would
So
really
you
like.
look at that, and Caspian says, "Hello, welcome to Engelman's. How may I help you? This very human store is here to help your very not human self."
Right. Yes. Do you have something that produces like tea or coffee on a
Of
replenishing
course,
basis?
it's right over there. And he points to a fucking coffee, like poo, like shoots a little whistle of steam, and it's just like a straight up cappuccino machine.
Oh no! Something I can take on the
Help
road with.
yourself while shopping.
Something I can take on the road with me.
There they are. He points to to-go cups.
No, I mean if I'm traveling for a long period of time, I just have like a
There
bottle.
it is. And he points to a thermos.
Okay, but is it magical? Does it magically refill with coffee every day, or like
No,
every...
it keeps coffee warm.
Okay.
What, or soup?
You know the cauldron of plenty that fills with soup? It's really big.
Of course, yes.
I would like something like that, but smaller and for tea or coffee.
Tea or coffee? They are two very different things, so I really need you to be specific.
I prefer tea, but if coffee is all you can do, that's fine. I don't care. I just want a hot beverage that replenishes in like the cauldron of plenty does with soup.
I can do it. Of course I can do it. I can make anything, in theory. But I would need a very specific creature to make it work. No. I could do it with enchantments. To take a week.
I need it tomorrow.
Well, aren't you a big bossy pants?
I was hoping you would have something in stock. You guys have
You've
everything.
got quite a
Can't
bit
you
of a
just...
rush going on there.
Yes, there's really important business afoot, and I just...
Well, shucks a doodles. I'll tell you what, we could probably make it work, but it's going to cost a lot of money because we're going to have to get a lot of Egelmans on this.
All right, how much?
Well, it depends on how short you want it done. If you want it done in a week, if you're willing to wait, then I'll only charge you 300 gold pieces.
And how much to get it done tomorrow?
To get it done tomorrow? 1,500 gold pieces.
That's absurd.
Well, it's a lot of people. Our time is valuable.
It sure is, I know that.
What are human people? We have very short lifespans.
I just can't believe there's not something like this already in stock. If people can make a cauldron that summons
There
soup,
is. It's right there. You see? He points to the coffee machine.
This is why I don't come here. You guys are so...
And you make coffee. And the other thing that you can do is you take tea and you make tea bag. Do you know why it's difficult to enchant it? Let me explain it to you. And he pushes his glasses up on his nose, and his whole nose shifts very crookedly and up. So he looks like a pig almost, with the way his nose gets moved because the skin's not even attached to anything. Let me tell you, the reason why this is so difficult is because the freshness of the brew is...
It is very important, I agree. Never mind, I can't afford one rush day, and I don't have a week to wait for the other one. So
I can give you coffee, flavored water.
No. Here you go.
That seems like taking garbage and making it shittier.
I will give you 300 gold, and you guys can make one. I want to make sure you understand what I mean. It's just a bottle that fills with coffee a couple of times a day, and it replenishes itself, and I don't have to do anything. It just does it automatically.
You just go, could really go for some coffee.
And you take
yummy, yummy coffee in my mouthy.
Well, I don't want to have to say that to make it work. I just want to make that clear.
Right, we'll go with a different keyword. That seemed the obvious one for me.
I just want it to automatically fill itself. I don't need the keyword.
Oh, right. A lot of people like those because they can seem really magical to their friends. Be like, "Ooh, look at me!
I'm already
I can
super
make
magical.
coffee
I
appear.
don't need to get fancy with my
Aren't
coffee.
we a braggy pants?"
All right, 300. You'll have it in a week, and I'll come back and pick it up when I can. You might have to hang on to it for a few days because I don't know when I'm going to be back. I'm leaving town. I don't know how long I'll be gone. But when I come
All right,
back,
I'll keep your completely useless magical device right here the second it's done until you come back to get it, whether that be a week from now or a week and a few days from now. If it's 2 weeks from now, I'm probably going to sell it to somebody else, but I'll give you a refund.
I'll ask Cleary to come pick it up. I give him 300 gold for that. Oh, I hate to ask this, but what about like some kind of magical like spice pouch? Oh no!
Oh no!
We borked!
Your stream died.
Why did that happen?
I don't know, but it hasn't been making noises.
Oh,
because
I minimized it, probably.
Since we started this, I have not heard any
I know,
music.
and because I have like a whimsical alchemical shop music that I put on for this. And like,
yeah,
and then
I don't hear a single thing. Whatever you did to it,
you have to rejoin now.
Nothing.
It's back up.
I'm in the thing. I hear nothing. I have not heard. I've been having a really hard time RPing too because like at one point I heard a little bit of music and then it just kind of faded out to nothing and I haven't heard anything since.
Okay, hang on. I'm working on it.
And I have it at like 200%.
I'm working on it. There.
Oh, I hear it a little bit now. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that song that I was using for the clear conversation is louder than all the other ones. Okay, we should have music now.
Again, 200%. Barely hear it. Anyways, no, it's fine. It's fine.
I'll up it to like 65.
There's no music on stream, is what Beelan said.
Yeah, because it wasn't audible. You're right. Anyway, some kind of like spice pouch that's like magical and like I don't have to stock it with spices.
Spice pouch with spices. Never-ending spice pouch. I can make you one that does that, but unfortunately I can't make it free. Does that make sense?
Yes, how much to...
No, I mean, it's going to be like, you put in a little bit of money and a little bit of spice comes out. The thing about spices is they're so specifically grown that in order to make each individual one, liquid's easier, but replenishing spices is significantly more difficult to procure.
I mean, I'm not trying to get like saffron here. We're talking like salt, oregano.
Oh, salt? That's an easy mineral to replicate.
Yeah.
It's just salt?
Well, like, no, like, you know, your normal, the stuff you might have in your kitchen if you're human.
Right, I am.
Salt, pepper, oregano,
sure,
parsley,
salt,
rosemary.
The black salt that makes humans sneeze, like me.
Yes.
Yes. Would you like some crushed red pepper? I heard that goes really good on the piazza.
Right, yes. You know, spices. Cumin.
Spices. I'll tell you what. I can give you this spice thing for 100 gold per spice that we add to this list. But no saffron, nothing fancy, because there's only a limit to how much that I can procure and keep in my shop stored for you to grab it whenever you wish.
All right, well, never mind then. I'll have to save up for that one. How about some gem-infused inks or chalks for spells? That should be standard.
That's the third row.
All right, so I need...
You look and there's like 50, 60 rows and it's just...
She's going to be there for like 2 hours trying to pick like her favorite color of these gem-infused inks. Yeah.
This is like somebody discovering Hobby Lobby for the first time.
Yeah. Big time crafter. I'm going to get like 100 and... I'm going to get 200 gold worth. That's 4 circle casts.
I guess it's more like going to the mall for the first time because there's a lot to get. You can get anything in Eaglemans if you try hard enough. Except apparently coffee that replenishes itself.
Pick up from Red
Yeah, they have a food
Wolf
court.
tomorrow. All right.
It serves human food.
You have any elixirs of health? How much are those?
Elixir of health. What does that one do again?
That is like.
Is that the cure disease one, or
Let me look it up.
is it like temporary hit points? What is it?
It cures any disease afflicting you, removes the blinded, deaf, and paralyzed and poison conditions.
So it's like a restoration.
It is a rare potion.
Okay. Oh, here we go. I forgot. I did my wrong sheet, and now it's loading. It could take forever.
It happens. Your game
Oh,
economy
yeah.
is way different than my game economy was, so I can't even
Yeah.
be like, this is what it costs. According to D&D rules.
Yeah, it's
Hi,
taking.
baby, I know
It's
you
not.
wanna go out.
It's not loading at all.
Okay. Do you know what do you use?
Yeah, I just go into Google and type in D&D 5. Oh, actually I got it. I found it. We're good. It worked.
Spending all my money.
Elixir of health. 125 gold pieces.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get.
That's what it says. Let me go read up on this and see if this thing is naming it the wrong thing.
I mean,
That seems fishy.
just depends on.
No, I just can't spell. That's the thing. Oh, no. 125, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna buy 5 of them.
Sweet.
3, 4, 5. Add to potion pouch, and that is 625 gold. I will remove.
No, you cannot get a Costco hot dog there. You can get an Eagleman's hot dog there, though.
It's the same thing, but it's definitely human.
It's definitely human. Not the hot dog.
Okay, I have more money, so I'm like, what can I spend it on?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I could get like a cloak of many fashions. It's one of the few cloaks that doesn't require attunement, and I can just. I mean, I can already disguise self,
You
but it
could
would be
just
like an
change its color.
extra.
Yeah, it's not remotely necessary, but you could do it.
Anyway, okay, we'll move on. I'm done shopping, I think.
Okay.
And let's see what else. That probably covers like half a day.
That's gonna probably cover like a whole day between talking
Okay,
to
that's true. I
Cleary,
did
taking
go-
your sleep, going back and forth, doing the things, talking to everybody. Your shopping probably takes you a whole day because of the travel time it takes to move about in the city. You probably have some lunch and do some other things.
Yeah, I think for like her downtime, her relaxation time, Seti will maybe like pop in at a few different venues, like taverns we used to stay at and stuff, and play some shows. She'll just sing some of her songs for a crowd and like just do like these little intimate, venue like little pop-up shows. Apologies. Then that's just gonna keep happening.
What?
The ding dong, can you not hear it?
I can't hear it now, but I couldn't before.
Oh, it's gone like 6 times. So I'm just gonna mute. Actually, let's go take a break and we'll We'll come
Yeah,
back.
okay.
We'll come back after a break. BRB!
BRB.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Sorry about that. We installed a motion detector thing to let us know when Grandma gets up to trouble. So we had to go.
Yeah. She just digs through the freezer and just pulls shit out. Just like, I'm just seeing what I got. I'm like, well, a lot of that's not what you got. A lot of that's our smoothie stuff that we used to make smoothies, and you don't have those,
she gets
so
frustrated because she doesn't know what anything is or where anything is, and I'm like, it happens. So we had to go deal with that. But anyway, We're back now. Seti, with her other free time, she plays shows. She will do a lot of like relaxing at spas, hot baths. Like, I think she still feels cold in her soul from how cold the cauldron was.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of hot baths, the massages.
Right.
You know.
So my question is, where do you end your day on day one?
Day one, she will just end her day back at the Twilight Keep. I assume, because they said we could make ourselves at home there, so like we have a room or something.
Right.
Day two, we will go to the academy.
Okay.
And first things first, she will check in with her headmaster, the Celestial Academy, or check in with her classes. I don't know what she doesn't know.
So you'll get caught up by a representative. You're not going to talk to the headmaster about your classes.
Whatever she needs to do to be like, hey, I know I haven't been here.
Yeah. So to summarize, there you'll arrive, and somebody from your classes will be like, oh yeah, you haven't logged any hours. Just when they see you. Are you planning on taking any classes, or are you just shutting down? Because your tuition would be forfeit, assuming you're not scholarship.
Well, yes, I would like to continue my studies. Just the schedule hasn't really been working out with my job.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, you are required to take at least one class a week, I believe, is what you were stationed for.
Is it possible that I could just do some makeup work?
Yes. You could make up the work by taking 3 classes in a week to make up for the 3 weeks that you've been gone.
Okay, I will do that this week. Or
I think it's 3 weeks.
Could I do that? Could I do that during our 3 classes? Like, it's the same day for them. But could I do 3 different classes?
You'll have to take classes for the weeks you've been gone. Is what he actually said.
Yeah, because we don't know.
I don't remember.
We don't know.
Okay. We don't know anymore. It's been too long.
With the time magic happening, could I make up that work before we leave for the next cauldron?
Oh, yes. I mean, because you could just take 3 classes in one day, and then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will do that. And I'll try to stagger the times I'm on campus. So, like, the first day it's first thing in the morning, and then, whatever.
You could do it... No, you need to do all 3 classes in one day.
Oh. Okay.
And chance... Well, no, that's true. You could do them at any time that you want. Sorry, my bad. That is my fault.
I didn't know how long.
I forgot what was going on. No, you could take 3 in one day, or you could take them throughout the week.
Okay, well, I'll just day 2. She takes classes. She makes up her classwork.
Cool.
She
just
applies herself.
You can't do 2 classes at the same time, or they will consider you a doppelganger and you will not get credit. Does that make sense? Like, if you were saying, I'll go to a class at 3:00 tomorrow, and since I did a 3:00 today, I'll just come to the same course tomorrow. That ain't gonna work for you, is my point.
No. Yeah. Whatever. We'll just do it all in the same day, so it's done. Okay. So day 2, she catches up on her coursework. I don't even remember what I was studying, but I can find that in my notes somewhere. I think I was learning deep speech or something.
How about this? Figure out what kind of classes you want to take, and you can just send it to me. We can do that off stream.
Yeah.
It's fair to say that you will.
I don't need to role play. Yeah.
You don't need to role play every class that you were taking.
No. But I think
if there's anything you would like to role play, we will zoom in and we can do it.
I'm pretty sure she's studying deep speech because I think that's what we know. like Northot speaks, like the far plane. Is that right?
And there are very few experts that actually know anything about deep speech.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of people who claim they can speak it or read it, but there is no real written language for it. So
Yeah.
even that, it's just phonetically passed down, and they're not sure if the dialects are right. Even if there are entities that
Yeah,
speak
it's
it,
like
that might
trying to
just be like
speak
a small
Latin today. Like we
microcosm.
can guess at what it sounded like, but honestly, we don't really know.
Yeah, we don't know. You don't really know much of anything about deep speech if it's like the right dialect to speak to any creature from the far realm or not. You
Okay.
just don't know.
Well, yeah, we're whittling away at it.
You're whittling away at it.
So that's one of my classes, and I don't know what the other ones are. But we'll figure that out later. I meant to turn that off while we were locked in here.
Yeah, that
with
was
the cat.
the reason why
That was the that was the reason we took the break.
I'll tell you what,
Oops.
though. She probably won't be standing there the whole time.
Should I just mute until it stops dinging?
No, because I'm waiting for you to tell me what you want to do.
I'm going to the apperception chamber.
Okay. I will say that you want to do that on day 3? Where are you staying day 2?
My room at the school.
Your room at the school. Okay. So you stay at your room at the school, and then in the morning you go and speak to Headmaster Primus, which I think we should zoom in a little bit on that.
Yeah.
As you go to Headmaster Primus, you say, "Oh, who is there knocking on my door?"
It's me, Seti.
You're gonna have to be more specific. I've got a lot of settings in my school.
The new aspirant, Lord Iris's daughter.
Lord, all right, the new aspirant, Lord Iris's daughter. Yes, that's exactly how I remember you. Okay, cool. Well, I'll tell you what. What can I do you for?
I would like to access the apperception chamber, please.
Ooh, that's a big one. Which perception chamber?
Well, the best one you have.
Okay, right. No, I mean they're all the same. But is there a locked perception chamber you are specifically looking to access? Or are you? Would you like an empty perception chamber?
An empty one, yes.
Oh, very good. Good. We'll hook you up with the perception chamber number 362.
All right.
Okay, you know the way. I'll have them bring down that one.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then I'll go.
Yep. So as you go down, you remember the long hallway. Well, the long tubular elevator ride where you just feel like you're kind of getting sucked down this tube. And you finally arrive, you walk the long corridor that's just completely lights on strings going down the long, narrow hallway. You make it to the door and ask for the password.
The password?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give me a password, did he?
No, but you knew the password.
Do I remember it?
I don't know. I don't remember it. So
well, if you don't remember it,
I don't remember what it was either. So I'm just gonna say that you can roll for it.
What would that be? Like a intelligence history? Oh boy, that's a 13.
13. Yeah. So you go to push it in, and it just bap, bap, bap.
I don't remember. Can I just send a message to Primus and
There's
be like...
There's a little intercom right there on the wall.
Oh, okay. I hit the intercom and I'm like, nobody gave me a password.
And he says, "Oh shit!
I forgot.
Yep. Nope. Each one needs its own password. That one is Fluffernutter. That's the password."
Thank you. And then Fluffernutter.
And then as you're going in, he's like, "Oh, it seems pointless to have it if everyone's just gonna call up."
So I go in.
Yes, it's a pristine apperception chamber. It looks just like the other ones, but this one has no damage.
Well, we'll see what we can do about that. So I'm gonna set it up. Seti goes to the focal point and reaches into the bag of holding and takes out the lead box and then opens. That's Grandma's motion detector. It's just gonna keep beeping until she stops causing trouble in the kitchen. Gagnor forgot to turn it off during our break. I
Gagnor?
apologize.
Gagnor forgot to turn it off?
We forgot to turn it off.
I'll go take care of it now. I don't know what she's doing, but it's getting ridiculous.
Okay, well, he can still hear me, so she's probably making a cocktail now. Earlier, she was rummaging through the fridge and taking all the stuff out of the freezer. So, this is how we live our lives. The thing dings, and then we get up, and that's probably him turning it off. All right, so Seti takes out the lead box. This is supposed to be like a ominous kind of moment. Takes out the lead box. Takes the book out of the lead box and sets it in the thing.
You can see the sort of twisted leather.
She doesn't like that's it, and then she leaves and goes to like the controls.
Okay.
And flips to the page that had like the one that we used as a map before.
It just looked like it was just like a whole bunch of like astral.
Yeah, and she
clouds
doesn't look at any of the other pages. She's just flipping to that one.
Okay. Make me an Arcana check for working that perception chamber.
Oh boy. This is when you wish you weren't being sneaky and had brought your druid with you to give you guidance. Ooh, that's a 20.
20. Easily enough, you navigate your way to the page and you're able to do so without rummaging through any of the other dangerous pages.
All right, good. So once she's on that page, she like thinks really, really hard and says, "Show me greed."
Okay. Make an Arcana check to see if you can contact him through the book. I don't remember what we were doing. This might have been like a wisdom saving throw or something.
There were definitely wisdom saving throws to do things, which wouldn't have worked out any better for me. That's a 5.
It's a 5. Yeah, you try to do it, and you just don't feel any connection to this book. Like you feel like whatever it is, it's just like you're focusing on it, but all you're seeing is a book like 10 feet away from you behind thick glass.
All right. Maybe that was too hard. Let's try the virtues. Show me Chaz and Ino and Phil. You know, the virtues. And I think about them really hard.
Make an Arcana check.
That's an 8.
It doesn't respond to you.
God damn it! I didn't come all this way to get shown up by a stupid book that's not cooperating with me. Alright? Try. I think of those evil, weird elves that we traveled with in the caravan. The ones that stole the fireball necklace. I say,
Okay.
show me then.
If the Arcana check.
Oh, come on! Fuck you! That's a 6. God damn
Yeah,
it.
the book just doesn't seem to be responding to you. You think maybe you're just too far away and trying to use it, or maybe it was a lens you weren't using. Maybe you'd used a specific lens before. You don't know what it is, but you're missing something. Something feels off about this. Like you're just not able to get it done for some reason.
I mean, can I... I'm saying, like, I'm thinking in my head she set it up the same way that we used it last time, but I don't remember what that was. That was ages ago. So
Well, you can reinvestigate the perception chamber, and I will pull up the notes on it.
yeah, can I just do like an investigation check to see if I can figure out what the best settings would be? Or are you gonna make me actually think about it and Oh, let me find a different song for this. This is no longer whimsical. We're gonna go with Dread. The Dread book.
Oh. Where's the thing? I don't know why I can't find.
That would not be a terrible use for that. Show me where I put my shoes or my keys.
Okay, here we go. I've got a list of lenses. Here we go. So lens 1 is ultraviolet light. Lens 2 can reveal the type of magic something has.
Uh-huh.
It's like just shows magic particles.
Yeah.
Lens 3 is kind of like an X-ray.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes like a layer deeper. Lens 4 could be used to pair with other ones, with any other one, to look into the past of an object.
Mm.
It will actually show you something of the past. Lens 5 enhances the potency of another lens and allows the combination of 2 or more lenses. So you use lens 5 in conjunction with 4 with another one, and you could look at that aspect in the past, right? So 3 lenses required. So it's kind of complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Lens 6 is true sight, and lens 7 is an anti-magic field, and lens 8 destroys anything in the room.
Yeah, we don't want to do 7 or 8. And if I look at it with True Sight, didn't it just have like... I mean, the book was all crazy with True Sight, right?
Oh yeah, when you looked at it with True Sight, it was just like tentacles everywhere.
Yeah, we don't want to bag them.
Yeah.
I am curious if I can see the books pass, like with lens 4 and 5. Can I just see... It was the first 3 lenses. What were the first 3 lenses again? Magic type?
There was ultraviolet light, which just shows you like if there's blood, if there's this, it just changes like the lens to normal ultraviolet light for looking for contaminants.
Yeah.
Lens 2 is used for magic identification.
Right. And then what was the third one?
And detection. Lens 3 is like looks a layer deeper. Like it's like an X-ray, but I will say that specifically it doesn't just like look inside people's bodies or look through.
What do I see if I do 3, 4, and 5?
3, 4, and 5? All right, so which order are you doing this in? Like, I need you to make me an Arcana check, sorry. That's the most important thing. Make me an Arcana check.
Don't fuck me! Fuck me! That was a natural 1 for a 5.
Jesus Christ. All right, natural 1 for a 5?
Mm-hmm.
So you go and you click lens 3 and it slides into place. You're like, all right, I'm going to look inside this thing.
I know, I should have had Clary come with me.
And then you've got lens 4, that slides into place. But with lens 5 as well, because when you go to put the second one down, it automatically starts pulling lens 5 down. You get everything just kind of how you want it. And then you flip it on. And you expected maybe you were going to see behind, like, what's going on inside this thing, inside the past. You know, who knows what you were going to see. But you accidentally slipped in an extra one, so I need you to roll a d8.
Oh, fuck me. God damn it. If I die here... Beelan, I need you to get ready with some rerolls. That's a 2.
2. Okay. Ooh. So as you shine all these lights, there's just a big flash for a second, and then suddenly you feel darkness being pulled into the room, and you lose vision for a second, and then you open your eyes and you see stars floating through the air around you. You can still see you're in the apperception chamber, but the book is open on the table. Light is pouring through it, and it's pouring like straight towards you, and there's like stars in the air coming through the lenses.
Shit. That's not what I meant to do.
the stars are like continuing to swirl and move, and then you see something swimming through the air,
Oh fuck, oh fuck.
sort of like a shadow moving
I
just beyond your vision in sort of like a puff of cloud that seems to be like sort of filling that range. You can see something just sort of like moving.
I use the thing to shut the book.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
Don't fuck me. 21.
21. You're easily able to using the controls. That's the part you were doing before, and you're very familiar with it. And you flip the book closed.
Do the stars and shadow thing go away?
No, because the lens is still there. You wipe the lenses, and the stars disappear.
I use the true sight lens. Only the true sight lens.
You flip the true sight lens down. Okay, you put the true sight lens down, and you see a room filled to the brim with writhing tentacles.
Fuck.
You can see that there is a burning light in the center of the book that is like a sort of green flame. And you can see that it's attached to these things and it's kind of writhing. It's kind of moving within it, and you can see that it's gripping and it's coiled around the other different
Is this...
pieces.
Can I know we talked about this last time and I don't remember. Can I do magic in the perception chamber? Specifically, could I send a message that would get outside of the chamber?
The chamber itself, you cannot send messages when you're inside the chamber, I don't think. Because it's completely cut off. So nobody can see what's inside. So no, you cannot message out to outside the chamber from within the chamber.
Hmm. Boy. I feel like this is worse than what we saw last time we used this with True Sight, right? Like now it's like, I know there were tentacles before.
Mm-hmm.
But is this worse?
It's about the same. I mean, you saw some crazy shit the last time too, and it's just it's more weird shit.
Okay.
Like it's maybe not the same weird shit, but it's more weird shit. Like, make me an insight check to see if it's like if you think that it might be worse.
Well, it's the light in it that I'm panicking about. 19 or 18?
19. Either way, you've seen these lights on the book before. You remember them.
Oh, okay, good.
And you guys identified them as similar to fractures.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That are trapped within the book's surface.
All right.
And there are 4 different kinds of light. The center is the green burning. But yeah, I do think that when you're looking at that, though, you do see, like, instead of those little lights, if you're using True Sight, you would see what looks like a woman's body made out of this green fire is writhing.
Okay. Yeah,
top.
This is what set Grim off last time, so I'm going to lift the lens.
Yeah.
Deep breath, recenter myself. Pray to whatever god is out there that isn't a dick. And open it back up to the map page.
Okay.
No lenses. And I'm going to wait and see what the vibe in the room is.
There's a book sitting in the middle of the room.
Okay. I don't want to do True Sight. Definitely don't want to do the 8th lens. Or just magnifies another effect. 5 lets you do 2 effects. 6. I don't remember what 6 was, but I don't think it was interesting. I think I'll try the 3rd lens by itself.
Which was the 3rd lens?
The one that lets you see, it's like an X-ray.
Oh yeah, just one layer deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say, show me greed. And I'm just going to think really, really extra hard about him, like the time he went down during the battle at the Grung village, and I had to pour a potion into his mouth. And try to remember what his voice sounded like.
Okay. Make me an Arcana check with advantage.
18?
18. As you slide the lens down, you can see what looked to you before as just a bunch of clouds and stars in like a sort of like cosmic sea, a sort of map of nothing. And as you pull this other one down over it, you see that this isn't just stars. This is like sheets. Each sheet, thin or thick, it's hard to tell, stacking on top of each other. And as you look into it, you can see it kind of pulsing out towards your vision. And you feel like for a moment you're inside of each of these small sheets or backed away from it. Your eyes begin to hurt, but you focus and you just start picturing Greed pouring the potion, times you had together, just remembering his face. It feels like it's been a lifetime. But you find that face in your head, and this nausea sort of washes over you as it just feels like this sort of clear, ephemeral film that is just more of these stars and these clouds and weird rocky shapes just become bashing into you and just piercing through you, and you feel cold wash over you. And you focus, and it stops. And you hear, "It's been a long time, Seti."
Great.
And you look, and standing in front of you, there is a purple-skinned individual in a black, billowing cloak, staring off into these sort of strange, moving void of stars and gas. And you can hear wailing, not as a specific voice, but just a sense of wailing all around you. For a second, you feel like you're perceiving things in a strange way, like you're falling into a liquid, and it's hard to breathe. It's hard to think. Everything feels heavy. You can
Great.
see that whatever this individual in front of you is covered in stars, like they're billowing up into his cloak. And you can see horns coming off of the top of his skull. As he turns and looks at you, you see hair flowing up and out in colors that are only familiar with one entity. And as he turns and looks at you, you see goat eyes set into his skull. And as he turns, he begins to grin, and you see that his mouth slits open into the side, and sharp, jagged teeth begin to show as a maniacal grin peers through, and his skin begins to peel back. You notice the tentacles rising off of his body from underneath. And he looks at you and he goes, "It's been some time, Seti."
No. No, what happened? Who are you? What have you done?
"I'm Greed."
No. No. You're not.
"Don't worry, Seti." He begins to move his jaw back, and
I came
you
to
start to
help
see
you.
little bits of that familiar face, and he says,
I came to help you. I'm so sorry.
"You poor thing." And he reaches out, and you can see like this tentacle sort of rises up, and then it begins to reshape into a hand. And then he just sort of, like, it seems strange, it like reaches out and caresses your cheek. And then he says, "I'll make it easier."
No.
And then darkness.
I think like
And
Seti's
then
instinctually recoiling and like trying to.
there's a moment where you feel just completely just in black, like everything shut down. And then there's a small warmth by your feet. You look, your eyes meet, and you see sitting at the edge of a brackish water that reflects the stars. All the weird gas and clouds are gone. It's just this endless expanse of stars. On the ground next to you, sprinkled with diamonds, there's a small fire pit. And sitting on a log, running next to it, wearing a witch's cap, is Greed.
What is this? What's happening?
I made it easier for your vision. I'm sorry, Seti.
What
It's been
happened?
so long since I've seen you, but it's good to see you again.
We woke up and you were just gone. And this whole time, I've been trying to find you. What
Oh,
happened? You're not...
I'm so sorry.
He got you, didn't he? You're
worried about Northot.
one of his
If
now.
he's gotten me. This is the Greed you knew, looking normal, sitting there, handsome, tiefling face. He says, I wouldn't say he got me so much as I slipped into his world. I didn't mean to do it, but... And then he raises his arm, and you can see that his flesh all across his arm is twisted in a spiral. And you can see that there's this little burning green flame-like ember. And you see it matches what was in the center of the book.
You took a fracture from the book. That's what
I've
happened.
become one with it. You see, he lets that, disappear again, so it's less violent on your vision. And then he says, a lot of things have changed. A lot of time has passed. For a while, I thought you all abandoned me. But
Never.
after the few years, I figured it out. I learned to survive here. I changed. And I've made progress.
On what?
And then you see that he raises his hand, and as he does, a book rises up into the air and begins flipping open its pages.
You're making another one.
The book and I are one. This is the unbound ephemeris.
I don't understand. You joined with the book. You became
He looks
part
at
of the
it,
book.
and you see like his eyes look at it almost like hungry as he gets close to his face, and he begins flipping through the pages. And as he does, you can see like sickening light like move on his face. You can see the shadows of tentacles, and then he just closes the book. He says, I have seen many things here.
This is not a good place, and what's happening here is not good, and what the book has is not good. And we want to help you. We want to get you back home.
I can't. I'm not done yet.
But with what? What are you trying to do here?
He looks out and just sort of shifts his head. And he's looking behind you and past you and up. He says, I'm nearly there.
I look where he's looking.
You start to turn your eye. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna use my inspiration on that one, and I hope it's an 8. Oh, so close. That's a 12 for my saving throw.
12. So as you look at this thing, your mind breaks. You can take 38 points of psychic damage.
He just flinches.
And as you look at this thing, you get pulled immediately back, and Greed is sitting there holding you on the shoulder, and you can see that his hand is stretching back, and he says, "Never look behind you.
Why? What?
Always at the water when you're on the far shore. That's not meant for your eyes.
What is it? What is this place?
It's my next quarry.
What are you trying to do out here?
I'm trying to complete the work."
What work?
You can see that there's a little bit of light sort of like illuminating his face with this sort of like moving, beating kind of pinkish hue. And you can see it's almost like somebody shining a light through organs. You see like this sort of moving vein structure of light illuminating his face. And then he kind of just brushes his hand to the side, and you can see that the light vanishes. That'll hold.
Are you fighting him or are you helping him?
I am doing as Northon does, but I am not doing for Northon.
But are you trying to wake it up?
Do you know what it is?
I know enough.
It
But
looks
it
at you curiously.
But if it wakes, it eats everything else.
I have not decided what I'm going to do when I reach the end of the work. I simply know that I must complete it.
Why? What is it for? What do you hope to get out of it?
Everything.
Great.
And as he smiles, you watch as his face rips apart again, and you can see the teeth underneath. And then you feel yourself being pulled back and set down.
I'm so...
And it pulls, and you're looking in the apperception chamber. And you can see that there is a small, cylindrical fellow who has pulled you. Just a single eye looks at you and he says, "You okay?" I've seen people get lost with artifacts before, and I came here to help you.
Thank you. I'm okay.
Always at your service. And he bounces a few times and then slots into a missing peg hole in the floor.
And then I think she just closes the book and puts it away. And sits there and cries for a long time.
Okay.
I had other plans for the book, but that kind of ruined them. So that's day 3, I think.
Yeah,
Seti
sure.
probably tells the others about this, but we can do that on Friday.
Okay.
I think absent another, that's really my only way to see across planes But I do have some new things I can do. I can find it on my sheet. Once per long rest. So, I think oh no, isn't that the upgrade of the fracture? Is that it lets me do it across planes? Dream. Right?
No.
Let me read the text on the.
I think that should be 3, which you're. I think you can use
At
that.
level 4, you may spend half of your total assets to cast Dream of the Blue Veil. The spell's range is
Correct.
not limited to the material plane. That's level 4. Right now, I just have the Dream spell. It says, choose a creature known to you as the target of the spell. Must be on the same plane of existence.
Oh. No. Incorrect.
Okay, so you're saying
Yours
that
is also not limited. That is also not limited by the same plane.
Okay, so um
Because of the nature of your specific dream spell, it is not
I can
limited.
do this once per day, and I
Correct.
have this is day 3, so I have time to do it for several people if I want to. You hate me right now. We were thinking this was going to be like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I did.
I've already cried like 3 times. I think the only person I'm going to do this to, and it'll be towards the end of the week. I think the rest of my week, the other remaining days, I'm only going to check in on the summer soldiers, so maybe we'll do that first. I don't know. We don't have to roleplay everything. Just show up and let them know that, like,
I assume you sleep there one of the nights.
yes, one of the nights I sleep there. One of the nights I
Yep.
sleep.
It is not empty, and you, not by you.
Right.
There's not another one of you in there,
Yeah.
but you do see
Other.
definitely other people from your party
Yes.
have also stayed there, now running out of places to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just pop in and let them know, like, wow, sorry, we kind of fell off the map there. Sort of literally, because that fucking dungeon collapsed and, like, tossed us into the sea, and it took us forever to get out, but we're out now. Sort of. We have to go back. There's a whole big mess. But just wanted to check in and say we haven't abandoned ship. If there's...
They say, yep, we heard that you got made into aspirants under the Twilight Reserve. So what that about?
Oh, yeah, well, we were kind of in a tough situation, and I had to infiltrate.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and make you make your deception check and see if you fool anybody with this.
That's a 22.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens when Poppy finds out. But since she's not there, the people that you tell, which is probably one of the receptionists, are just like, yeah, okay, cool. Ooh, inside man. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it just so happened that the only person that was there where we needed help was somebody who was in pretty good with Lady Hyacinth, of all people. So we kind of, schmoozed up. I think he might be in love with me, actually. It's this whole big thing now. But anyway, we're back enough that I wanted to make a report and just check in and see if there was anything. I have a debt to pay down in the water, so I have to go back in a couple of days, but I can help out with anything around here in the meantime.
Yeah. So you can see, like, among the things that are going on, they are still reconstructing. Because a lot of this place has been completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Like half of the building was burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
So they are in the midst of completely reforming it. Like, so a lot of the you can see that through nature, they are actually rehealing and regrowing a lot of the natural wood that was there. The statues that were having to be recarved and sculpted. Because they received enough damage. So there's like lots of superficial stuff still being worked on, but they got most of the structure back where it needed to be. So, you know, interestingly enough, they're like, I mean, you can help out if you want. You can you know, grab a paintbrush, start working on some of the hallways. And when they say grab a paintbrush, they don't mean actual paintbrush. They mean like get these pigments in this bowl full of berries and start slapping it on the wall. You know, throw some flowers here or there, have fun.
Yeah. Seti will, she'll absolutely spend her downtime just helping decorate the place and get it back up to snuff.
Yeah, they're just getting it to a nice bright thing. Make a performance check and see how well you guys do.
She probably sings a lot while she's working. Wow! Okay, it was a natural one, but it's still a 15.
Doesn't matter. It's a natural one.
I mean...
So you spend your time working in kind of like... You want to be happy and like meeting it, but so much has happened.
You know what the problem is?
You're kind of just like hanging there in the...
I wind up just staring at it for a while because I'm just like dissociating.
Yeah, you're completely dissociated. And you're just like kind of staring at it. And
I know what the problem is, though. I need to go get some tea, some of the happy tea, and then I can paint flowers because you can't paint flowers if you're not happy.
Yeah,
that's what
like
the
you
problem
sitting there,
is.
you're looking at the flower, and it's just melting down the wall like it's crying.
I'm just so bad at painting.
And then you start crying.
You're such a sad flower. It's okay, sad flower. It's going to be all right.
Dandelion comes up and says, "It's okay. It's shh. Let's come with me." Takes you away from your crying at the wall, painting your crying flower, and so you guys go and you get tea, and Chamomile's there. Says, welcome back.
It's
kind
nice
of tea
to see you.
Oh, you're gonna need to mellow out. Oh yeah, would you want just like a nice even keel? Do you want to fall straight into this? We can make you sadder.
No, or, I don't want to be sadder.
We can just give you a crutch. You want a nice little happy smiley tea? Sunshine and brightness. Here you go, sweetheart.
I need to paint some flowers.
Oh, okay. That's important. That's very important. Well, I can help you with both of those things. So he puts a nice tea down for you. And then he starts, you see people shuffling in front of you on the table next to you, and somebody starts putting some like little lantern lights and making some fruit bowls laid out. Like there's this whole thing happening as he's like snapping at people, and then he says, voila! And he just stands there like this against the wall, and there's like a couple of other different fae that are just standing there. He said, whenever you're ready. You wanted to paint some flowers.
Oh.
They're posing for you. It's like a fucking vignette. Like everybody's just like ready to go. We will pose for your beautiful art making. You see somebody brings you paint and art supplies, and they're all posing for you, and you've got your happy tea.
Okay, yeah, if she's happy.
And then somebody, you've got your happy tea.
She'll paint them.
And somebody sits down, and you drink it, and you're like, oh god, I know this is fake, but god, the endorphins are fucking flying right now. These guys are so great.
Yeah, she'll have a great time. She'll paint them, and then she'll go back to the semi-soldiers and like she has like a sketch that she did basically, right? Like she painted them. She's like, okay, now we're making it a mural.
Oh no. That'll definitely take you like the whole day, if not a couple of days to paint a whole mural.
That's fine.
You're gonna take a couple of days to paint the whole mural?
That's fine.
Okay, cool. So you get to one day and you're painting a mural, and then the next day you realize, well, you go back to paint the mural, and you're like, all right, cool. And then you look and you see that there's another you on the opposite side of the wall, and you guys have started painting towards the center.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so that's what I'm doing at the Summer Soldiers. I have one more thing, and then we're gonna go because I have to go to work before too long. So one of these nights, Seti will meditate. Welcome back, Belin. And she will use her new fracture abilities. And wait. She casts dream spell. And maybe she's done this a couple of nights because she hasn't been successful so far.
Mm-hmm.
But she will wait for her mother to fall asleep and wait for a connection.
So as you go to activate this dream spell, you're not sure what you're feeling, but you think about your mother. And as you lay down, you feel yourself slowly floating. And as you will yourself into her dream, you feel your own eyes open even though your lids are closed, and you can see a strange black void. Your feet touch, and you look around, and it's empty. And you've been here before at this point, because you've tried this before, but you've never been able to find anything. But you think and you focus. You begin walking on this sort of black water, kind of like the in-between in...
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're basically walking around that, and then you see down below the water some small bit of light floating towards you. And you can see your mother in a field. She's down below the water. What would you like to do?
I go in.
Okay. As you drop into the water, you originally you were just stepping on. You dive down deep into the water, and as you do, you see something enormous, expansive, something you can't even fathom rush past you. You feel as if an infinite well of these images is flooding around you, but you're sucking straight into this one thing. And there's all this light with so many images, and then you just find yourself grasped and ripped straight into this one. And as you step out into this field, you see your mother. She's playing with you as a baby. She's tossing you in the air and you're giggling. And she's happy.
I think I just sit and watch for a little while.
As you're there dancing, or they're dancing around in the field, you watch as there's another figure, almost formless behind her, but you can see the smile and the eyes. And you know it's your father. And he hugs her from behind and he laughs heartily. The baby gets swept up into both their arms and they sort of hold each other. And you can see that in that moment she's at peace. It's as if her dream recycles through these images, these moments of joy. And then you see as their baby slides away, she begins searching, whipping around. Hurriedly, the visions become panicked.
I step in. Just out of
You
the...
hear her calling, Seti!
I'm here.
Seti! Seti!
Mom.
She turns and she sees you. She
Hi.
goes, no, you're all grown. But you're so beautiful.
I just run
She
up and I
reaches out.
hug her.
And she goes, oh, it's okay, dear. Oh, what's the matter?
I feel like I haven't seen you in a really long time. Or forever.
She moves her face and she looks at you. She says, you look so real.
I am real. Yes.
She looks at you with the serenity of somebody who doesn't believe what they're seeing, but doesn't care.
Mom. I left a while ago. I don't even know how long ago now. I left and I didn't say goodbye. And he said he would check in on you. He said he would let you know. But I don't know if he ever did. Or what he told you. My father. This is a dream, but it's also really me. I came to visit you.
She looks at you. She still doesn't seem completely certain. And then she says,
I came to visit you like he used to.
and her eyes light up and she grabs you and she squeezes you so hard you can't even believe that she's that strong. She goes, "Oh my god. You're here."
I am. It's okay.
She goes, "Iris, my baby girl's back." And you see that she looks and he's not there. Well, he's busy after all.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're okay. When I heard that you threw yourself from a cliff,
It wasn't my best moment.
I just wish you had said something sooner.
I tried. Felt like nobody was listening. Nobody cared. I felt like
I know. You always seemed so...
aloof.
You didn't seem like you wanted to be bothered.
Just the people. Everyone. I mean, I think we all knew I was different, but I didn't know why. And they weren't always nice to me. About how weird I was.
I did always tell you your father was the man of my dreams.
I didn't know you meant it literally.
I
He's
wasn't
been
even sure he was real.
years. He's a bit of an asshole. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's the most important man in the universe. He's doing the most important work anyone has ever done. Maybe since all of this began. So I'm giving him a pass. Because he really does have a lot on his plate. And I think he wants a better world where people can just be fathers and mothers and whatever they want to be.
I'm so glad you're okay.
I'm glad I get to talk to you. Because I wanted to tell you. I just didn't have a way to do it. But I'm with him physically where he is. It's another plane. And I don't know if or when I can come home. But I have friends that are really good. And we're taking care of each other. And I have sisters. And they're beautiful and magnificent and powerful and scary. And I just wanted you to know that I was okay.
I'm so glad you are.
Are you? How are you? How's everybody?
I'm fine. I was distraught for a long time,
I'm so sorry.
but it's my fault. I thought you were just being a teenager and you needed time on your own. You're so young.
It was stupid. And I'm
I
glad.
didn't expect such a rashness is not common
Among elves?
amongst the elves.
Well,
We have a long time to heal from our wounds.
the Fae
And I
are
thought
not.
you would just grow out of it.
The Fae are not known for their level heads. But he had somebody looking out for me the whole time. And he saved me, and he took me to Dad. She's like, there's a visible grimace at the sound of like Dad coming out of her mouth. He took me to Lord Iris. And I'm helping him in his work. With my friends. And I fell in love. And it didn't end well. But I had my first kiss. And it was really nice.
Well, you're certainly growing up. You're definitely different. She's just looking at you, which you are different. You have his eyes.
Yeah. I've been dabbling in all these magics, and I've learned a lot of really cool tricks and really neat stuff. But it's been hard. I've killed people. And they've tried to kill me. But that's why I'm getting more powerful, and he gave me these called the fracture. It's like an essence, a piece of him. And it gave me the ability to come visit you like this. But it also made me look different.
I don't care how you look. You're always you. And if the magics that he gave you allowed you to come visit me, maybe he's not entirely an asshole after all. But he's definitely on my shit list now.
Yeah. I think maybe when you get as old as he is, you stop understanding things like emotions. And the idea that, the rest of us with our teeny little mortal lives, that's what we're here for. We're here for friends and family. That's why we want to save the world.
I'm very proud of you. Although, I really don't think you need to save the world. But I'm still proud of you.
I just hug her again.
Oh, she hugs you back.
I really needed to hear that.
Just promise me that when you're done doing whatever it is you have to do, and don't force yourself to do anything you don't want to.
I won't.
You will come home, and we'll talk to each other for real for once. Like now.
I'd like that. And I could play you some of my new songs. I've gotten really good. I've played shows, and people give me money, and they really like what I've done.
Oh, you've gotten really good. Good. I always thought you were very good. You can see that she's remembering a time when you first discovered a drum and we were just bam, 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 bam.
I'll come visit you as soon as I can. It's difficult right now. There's a lot going on, and a lot of people's lives are at stake. So I'm going to help as much as I can, and then I'm going to come see you. For real. And in the meantime, I can come visit you like this if you want. Maybe like once a week, check in.
Well, I'll dream of you every night. But I'll look forward to the times when it's really you. She just touches your cheek and she squeezes you and kisses you on the forehead. And she squeezes you and just, oh.
I love
She
you,
kind
Mom.
of rocks a little bit. I love you too.
I'll see you next time. Sweet dreams.
And then as you say sweet dreams, she fades away. And then as you begin to pull away from her, the lights around you begin to almost unwind. And it just looks like this dazzling display of this sort of burning light in the darkness. Gold and silver flecks spinning around you. as everything closes in, and it begins to, these little threads begin to pull in towards the center, and they begin to reform into your vision, forming a three-dimensional shape of what's in front of you, of the ceiling above you where you were planning to sleep that night, which is where?
Let's see. Probably just at some tavern.
Okay. So we'll say you find a tavern and you sleep there for the night.
Yeah. Just wherever I happen to play a show that day or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of my
Okay.
nights I spent at that spa house that we went to that one time. In I think it was in the Summer Grove.
I can look it up.
It was around the time we discovered the tea place.
Yeah, then it was the Summer Grove for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, so I'll spend one of my nights there too. But I think this was my last night.
Okay.
And that is Seti's week
Your
off.
week. Well, it's not exactly a week off. So much as
What a fucking roller coaster, man. It was Seti's week of processing. Well,
you did get an inspiration from Beelan you never used.
I did use it. So I used that on the wisdom saving throw when I looked at whatever Greed was looking at.
Oh.
So I got a 12 with my inspiration.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
My rolls today were real shit, so I better practice
Yeah.
before Friday.
Yeah, because you can definitely change how the rolling goes, especially in app rolling where you can't even like make it roll more.
I know. It's
Yeah.
always, I mean, yeah. Anyway.
Anyways.
But I feel very good about my solo session. I got the stuff done I wanted to get done. I'm upset with not actually having the magic items I wanted to buy because I just wanted to be ready to go with those, but that's okay. We can.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like.
Would they have this in stock? And
I mean,
Sure.
Eagleman's has a lot of stuff in stock. They would absolutely have the thing you were looking for in stock. The first thing you're looking for.
A bag of bounty?
Yeah, they would have had that in stock. But the coffee thing is not something that they would have had in stock because it's just too silly.
Well, it's a new addition to the official D&D.
Yes, for
thing.
them it is too silly. However, there's a very good chance that after they make this one for you, they're going to
They're gonna start
insist upon getting the patent to.
I feel like I should get a cut of that if this didn't exist before,
Yeah, as the
and
idea,
they're like,
they're gonna buy the idea off of you. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much for DMing me through that and for being my scene partner for.
I didn't really feel like a scene partner. I wasn't really.
I pretty much just cried the whole time. So
Yeah, I wish I was 100% in it. I wasn't so damn tired. That's why it took so long to get this far. But hopefully, you still enjoyed it.
I did, and that was very sweet at the end. I had no idea what my mom was going to be like, and that was very sweet. So that he at least got some good news and some serotonin.
One person wasn't in a horrible situation.
Yeah.
One person.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. We're gonna go, guys. Yes. We'll be back for another solo session. Well, it'll be a duo set. I don't know. We haven't figured out the details yet.
We'll have to talk to
between now and our regular session on Friday. We do plan on having one more in between session. So.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much. We love you. And remember, he's not going to say it with me.
Oh, we did it for the rules.
We did it for the rules.
I was already gone.
He's already tapped out.